What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what shorts have been up to, and then aside from that, kind of go over the question that everyone wants to know, what is next? Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So at the time of doing this video, it is down 8.01%, kind of getting dragged down a little bit. There's been a lot of these types of instances over the last several trading days, just abnormal spikes up and then kind of just retracement. You do typically get that when there is lower volume. So that's been one common occurrence with Faraday, is just lower and lower volume. And I think that is linked to compliance. A lot of people, everyone is just holding their breath for compliance. And so these are some of the transactions that did occur so far over the last 90 days on the secondary market above $100,000. So you had one today. It was regrettably a sell for 127. Yesterday a buy. So it's kind of back and forth, right? So I think in general, most people are just going to be waiting for either a Form 25 from the NASDAQ or either a certificate of compliance. So again, that will come next week. A lot of people are going to be pretty much anxious on Tuesday because Monday is a holiday, so the market will reopen on Tuesday. But in my opinion, I think the NASDAQ either Form 25 or compliance letter is going to come on at least the 4th, because NASDAQ isn't relatively fast with this type of stuff, right? So most likely it'll come at least either on the 4th or possibly the 5th. And so if it is a Form 25, that's immediate delisting or compliance. And so as I've brought up in the past, compliance is anywhere from 10 to 20 consecutive trading days. Faraday went with the kind of the latter of the 10-day rule. So kind of a bold statement. As I've stated in the past, I do feel it is 20. And I did make a deal with some individual, I think it's 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 on Reddit. So if it is truly 10 and Faraday does get their compliance, you will get a apology. My bad. Because yeah, I do feel based on everything, the risk tolerance and the 4 points I have brought up in the past, which is all under NASDAQ's website, I'm not making that crap up, I do feel that it is 20. So we'll just have to wait and see. And clearly a lowering in volume, it shows that institutions are truly waiting as well. So like I said, we're kind of just stuck in limbo on what is actually going to come. Faraday hasn't actually put out any substantial news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. They did put out a video after hours and very late last night. So this one was an interesting one. And I always like to play devil's advocate. As I brought up in the past, if there is good news, I'm going to say it. This is why my last Faraday video, I did say how this, in my opinion, is relatively good. Clearly, the market wanted something more concrete to really validate that there is something happening with the UAE. So not necessarily just appointing someone as the head of Faraday UAE. They want concrete like an agreement of some sort. So this really just got brushed under the rug. But this news, this video, I don't like this. And my reasoning is, based on last earnings, it was found out that a lot of individuals like Chris Brown and a couple others were pretty much given free vehicles to market Faraday. Very messed up stuff. So this individual right here is one of the most influential Asian American car enthusiasts in North America. So any influencer at all covering Faraday and they are bullish, I am instantly hesitant on. Instantly. So this individual most likely is being paid as a consultant to do this. But what I found very interesting, so it's not in English, it is in Mandarin, I believe, and just subtitles at the very bottom, but this is very messed up. So this guy's a car enthusiast. Clearly he's an idiot, because right here he does say that people overseas think a $300,000 car is crazy expensive. He does say, but what they don't realize is that in the US, even an average car, like a Cadillac, can easily cost over $100,000 these days. So this guy somehow is correlating 100,000 to 300,000. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's like, what the flying fuck are you fucking talking about? Like, pardon my French on the side note, like, this, by him saying that one statement, so I listened to this in its entirety, that part stood out to me. And now thinking back to Faraday, their influencers, that one point is a plug, and that is probably one of the biggest scam statements he has ever stated. And this shows that this individual is very much paid. And so yeah, I do not trust this. Faraday is, again, I've said this in the past, I really liked Faraday's momentum. It was really fun, it was really exciting, but based on my experience of dealing with Faraday for 2 years covering it, I do not trust management. Even their last earnings, finding that out about a lot of those kind of influencers were all just paid vehicles, that is messed up. So him saying that 100,000 is the same as 300,000, that's just the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So let me know your thoughts if you guys did listen to this or not. It's under Faraday's page or YouTube channel and probably under other socials as well. Moving on to other data, shorts. Right now, shorts aren't really doing all that much. So they're increasing around 9.6 thousand shares. 15.5% of the free float is being shorted. So that has gone up a little bit over this last little bit. Take into consideration, like I've stated in previous videos, I think that there is dilution occurring at the same time. No fault to do with Faraday. They're not the ones doing it. It is the note holders. So you kind of have to, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but I don't think it's Faraday actually doing it. But so that would really skew these numbers. So once again, take that into consideration. So it does show it is on the threshold list. So you've seen a increase in FTDs. So we only have up until the 13th. So it'll be really interesting to find out during the whole kind of reverse stock split when that did happen, what the FTDs kind of look like at that stage. So yeah, this is interesting. You've seen a very abnormal spike up. So that's beginning of August and tail end of July. So yeah, a very clear indication that there is a lot of sketchiness happening behind the scenes. And one thing that I just wanted to also bring up was here. So this was posted on the Reddit page and it says, LOL, what is this? I think someone broke the algo. So it does show a lot of transactions, just single transactions, one share. And so ultimately that is this right here. So there's different market signals. So market signals when it's just one share. So it's a test to see how the market reacts without losing much or risking much money. So yeah, it's more of a test coming from market makers rather than anything. There's a lot of other signals right here. So 111, 777. I've seen a couple of these as well. So some of them are signaling saying we need more shares. There's bullish signals, bearish signals. There's a lot of different stuff. So I just wanted to, again, bring this up because I've seen this type of post several times in the past. Just people wondering what the hell is going on. And people don't really, based on at least the answers, I don't think many people actually do generally know that as well. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving over to options. So 79,000 in calls, 239,000 in puts. Dollar value very low in comparison to the last several weeks. So kind of matching with the options, or sorry, the common stock. So common stock has been having very low volume as well. So this is why it's very easy to kind of have these pops up, because lower volume does kind of incentivizes manipulation, if that does kind of make sense. And so yeah, 52% of all the options being done so far today are bearish. Of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be around that 550 mark. Looking at puts, you do see a consensus for it to be sub roughly around $4. You pretty much don't really have much other puts being purchased aside from that, so it's kind of just stuck in limbo. And then this is the open interest right now. So as it stands, with it currently at 508, there's not really much to really prompt a gamma squeeze or anything. Very little open interest that's going to be in the money, so something to just keep in mind. So that's basically it for this video. So that's kind of what to expect next week. So either a good old Form 25 or compliance. And that's kind of what short's been up to. Let me know your thoughts on what Faraday, like for instance, this video. Do you like this video? Do you think that this was fluff? And what have you been doing with Faraday? Buying, selling, holding, and potentially Why? Even though Faraday is taking a little bit more of a pullback today, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.